I'm Tiger Height, and I'm here to make AEW Collision and Pro Wrestling Majestic again. You people have no idea how hard it is to do this review. Like, at all. Not because the show is good, it's because the show is literally that pointless. That actually pointless. Every single week I watch this show, I just think more and more, what would be different if I just stopped doing Collision altogether, other than a quality in life improvement. Like, seriously. I would have that Sunday off to focus on the main podcast, which is going to be later today. I wouldn't have to watch a show that means absolutely nothing, and I could probably use that time a little bit better. It's still technically going to go on right now, but maybe expect an announcement that I will either switch back to Rampage, because that's kind of where all the bad wrestling is, and I want to rant and rave. Or just stop doing it altogether and only focus on Dynamite, because at this point, this is being useless. The show was they just pack it full of nonsensical random-ass title matches, expecting anybody to watch this. This ran literally right next to goddamn Fastlane. That's what I watched last night. Anyway, let's get into it. For the AEW World Tag Team Champions, FTR versus Big Bill and Ricky Starks. I think literally this team is the only reason I'm watching this show at all. Because Ricky Starks and Big Bill, they rarely show up on Dynamite anymore. So this was a squash match. And I think it was a squash match because I think it's Cash Wheeler who's hurt. One of the two is hurt. They are basically taped up like mummies. And it was just one-sided domination. Couple of choke slams, spear. Ricky Starks and Big Bill are the new tag team champions. This is actually good. I don't mind this. The Young Bucks still have their title opportunity. These two are now the champions, so that shouldn't be bad. And FTR can go and heel. Maybe it was consequences for having the CM FTR thing being under copyright review. I don't know. It was a squash. It was definitely a match that needed to happen given FTR's circumstances. And at least we have a fresh face as the tag team champions. I'm going to give it an Orange Cassidy thumbs up because I see more potential and more positives than negatives here. Was it a good match? No. Was it necessary? Yes. Bryan Danielson versus Kyle Fletcher. Bryan Danielson is, once again, on a limited time. So instead of constructing feuds and rivalries that make sense, you do this. And I'm happy at the very least Kyle Fletcher is still competing because Mark Davis is hurt. And I don't like it when a healthy member of a tag team is not on television because the other one is hurt. But come the fuck on. They tried to do technical wrestling. It was fine. It was a fun little match, but just seemed so useless. And then there was a post-match attack by Mogul Embassy. So are we going to have Danielson facing Swerve on Dynamite on Tuesday. But I'll be covering the show on Wednesday. Because between the two shows, you know what I'm watching. It was a jackknife pin for the win. I'm going to give it an Orange Cassidy thumbs up just because they also forward a rivalry, and I think, especially given the limited time that they have to promote that match, at the very least they're doing it here. But nobody's watching this shit. Bullet Club Gold versus Angelico, Gravity, and Metalik. It was fine. I do like Jay White with the AEW World Champion. We need to get this title off of MJF like yesterday because his title reign has sucked. Seriously, it's been bad. I'm not even sure if we can wait until fucking November to do this. At the very least, there's plenty of time there to build, but come on. Anyway, let's talk about this useless match. It was fine. It was Juice Robinson's little faceplant DDT thing for the win. I'll give it an Orange Cassidy thumbs up to be nice. So this is for the AEW World Trios Champions. We have Iron Savages, who won absolutely nothing. Want to eat ass for some reason. They get the title match. Why did we take these titles off of goddamn House of Black? Injuries, yeah. Time off, yeah. But come on. A team who has zero momentum, and they have just been shit. Absolute garbage since they won these belts. Let's have a random match with 3 fucking nobodies on a show that nobody is going to watch. These championships are dead in the water. It was meh. It was a mic drop for the win. This gets a thumbs down, and to be honest with you, a fuck you for wasting my damn time. Oh, thank God, something good. Oh my God. All right, Timeless Toni Storm, which is pretty much my favorite thing on this show at this point, versus Kiera Hogan. They bit each other on the ass. There was a lot of hip attacks. I'm fine with it. I just absolutely love this Toni Storm thing. It just really took this over-the-top vaudevillain actress character is just working so well. It's fun, it's different, it's interesting. It's almost like characters work in wrestling. Who would have fucking thought it? It was Storm Zero for the win. The match itself was actually better than I expected, so I'm going to give it an Orange Cassidy thumbs up. And I gave an Orange Cassidy thumbs up because Toni Storm, she's a fine wrestler, but her character is really what people are watching this for. This is great. For the Ring of Honor World Champion, Eddie Kingston versus Kommander. Kommander won this opportunity the night before. 24 hours to turn this around. Are we fucking joking here? It was a meh match. Eddie Kingston's just getting enormous. He continues to put on weight, and it's not looking good for him. Like, Eddie Kingston always used to be a bigger guy, and that's all well and fucking good, but there has to be some sort of, like, I look like an athlete instead of I look like a fucking bum. And Eddie Kingston at this point is looking like a fucking bum. Spinning back fist for the win. Meh. Orange Cassidy thumbs down. It could have been worse. And then, finally, in our main event segment, we have Adam Copeland coming out to talk about what happened with Christian Cage on Dynamite. It was fine. Edge is probably sitting there confused on why there is nobody there. If I call him Edge a couple of times, just keep in mind that I've been watching wrestling since goddamn 1998, and all I've known for him is fucking goddamn Edge. So I'm probably going to oscillate between his actual name, Adam Copeland, and Edge, so be mindful of that. When you've been calling a guy Edge for the better part of 15 years, it's hard to change it around. Better part of 15 years? Hell, better part of 20 goddamn years. Anyway, Christian Cage was on the screen, says, I'm not going to do that with you, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you won't make it to Dynamite, and out comes Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne. They attack Copeland, hitting the clothesline to the back of the goddamn head. Edge had triple fusion neck surgery. It's all well and good. But then Darby Allin comes out in a thing. He gets absolutely destroyed. Didn't help. God, this was dumb and useless and stupid. Why was it here? Thumbs down, fuck you. And that was Collision. Let me know what you thought about not only Collision, but my video in the comments down below or right over here next to me. Subscribe to the channel, follow the channel, become a patron, get hats. All of that good stuff will be linked in the description or in the bio. It will be a Linktree link. Follow all of my social medias too. And join us tonight for the Make Pro Wrestling Majestic Again podcast, where I will be talking about Wrestle Dream. I'll be talking about Fastlane. We're going to do a couple of different segments. It's all going to be well and good. Join us there. And as always, be majestic.